Battle for Dream Island, Episode 1. Take the plunge. What would BFDI be like if the Squishy Cherries lost the first contest? Welcome to my recap on NeverButter's 9th BFDI What If. What if the Squishy Cherries lost and BFDI won? Obviously, Ice Cube will win the first contest, putting the Squishy Cherries up for elimination. Ice Cube gets the win token in the process. The first contestant safe is Pencil, and so is Bubble, then Pen, then Fiery, then Eraser, then Match, then Pin, and finally Woody. So now it's down to Blocky and Spongy. Blocky is perceived as mean, and Spongy is not very interesting. This would be close, but the last contestant safe is Blocky. Spongy never survives the first few eliminations. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 2. Barriers and Pitfalls. Because Blocky was brought back before the elimination, the Cherries don't fall behind. Flower is lazy, which will be a hindrance to the Grapes. But despite some changes, the Cherries still lose. Woody would be eliminated without Spongy, but since Blocky is meaner, Blocky is eliminated instead. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 3. Are you smarter than a snowball? Without Blocky, Eraser and Pen have to do the test. Pen and Flower probably won't score high, but the Grapes still win anyway. Without Blocky, Woody is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 4. Sweet Tooth. The numbers advantage will allow the Squasher Grapes to win the baking contest, meaning the Cherries still lose. Without Woody, Pen is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 5. Bridge Crossing. Even with Flower, nothing still changes, so the Grapes win the tiebreaker and the Cherries still lose. Even with Pin gone, Match falls into the bottom 2 with Pen instead of Eraser. Match is perceived as annoying, while Pen is boring. It could be a toss-up, but the last contestant safe is Pen. Match is eliminated way earlier than in canon. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 6. Power of 3. The contest is to divide the teams into 5 teams of 3, instead of 3 teams of 5, so the Cherries have to choose a Grape to switch over to the team. Pencil and Bubble would pick Ice Cube, while Eraser and Pen would choose Snowball. This leaves Fiery to choose between the two. Fiery sees Snowball as quite mean, so Ice Cube switches over to the Cherries. Ice Cube replaces Match in the red team, and Fire replaces Ice Cube in the brown team. Pencil doesn't get locked up in the safe, meaning the red team wins and gets their win tokens. But the brown team still loses. Flower falls into the bottom 2 with Needle. Flower is very mean, while Needle is irritating. Needle survives by a long shot. Flower always gets boned in the Squashy Grapes' first eliminations. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 7. Puzzling Mysteries. Nothing changes this episode, so the Grapes still win and Fiery switches over. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 8. Cycle of Life. Teardrop replaces Ice Cube because Ice Cube replaces Match. Teardrop would slow Fiery down, but the Grapes still win and get a rejoiner. Woody got the lowest amount of votes, and Flower just got eliminated. Pin and Spongy still tie, so now it's down to Blocky and Match. Blocky is the most entertaining, and Match has the least dislikes. But despite this, Blocky still rejoins. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 9. Insectophobe's Nightmare. The Grapes still split, and Needle stays with Leafy. Snowball and Rocky causes the Cherries to win and the Grapes to lose. Needle falls into the bottom 3 with Snowball and Teardrop. Snowball is the reason why the Grapes lost. Teardrop doesn't do much, and the voters still hold a grudge against Needle for slapping. The last contestant safe is Teardrop. It is up to the Cherries to decide between Snowball and Needle. Ice Cube chooses Needle because they're friends. Snowball only won 1 tiebreaker, so Pencil isn't quite to stick with the alliance, so she chooses Needle. Snowball was eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 10. Crybaby. Needle gets her second win token, but the outcome doesn't change. Another name loses, and Rocky switches over while Golf Ball is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 11. Lofty. Despite a few changes, the names still lose, and Coiny is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, Episode 12. A leg up in the race.
So anyway, I'm giving you all 30 bonus points.
But this game doesn't even have points.
Well, now it does.
Whoa!
Your score carries over throughout future episodes.
Oh great! Boring!
Oh, and from now on, no more win tokens. They'll be traded for 15 points each. As another bonus, you get points depending on how well you did in the last contest. Also, for every vote you got in any of the previous episodes, that's -1 point.
That's weird. Do I taste peanut butter? Okay, maybe not.
So these are your current scores. Eraser, Fiery, Rocky, and Tennis Ball are in the danger zone.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
The first contestant safe is Fire, and so is Rocky. So now it's down to Eraser and Tennis Ball. Tennis Ball just happened to be in the bottom two, so Eraser is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, episode 13. Don't lose your marbles. Nothing changes with Maroon Ball penalties. Teardrop places between Blocky and Leafy, while Needle places between Rocky and Fiery.
Leafy, Rocky, Fiery, and Tennis Ball are up for elimination.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
For some reason, Fiery was given 2 extra points, but the first contestant safe is Leafy, and so is Fiery. So now it's down to Rocky and Tennis Ball. Rocky doesn't do much despite being a fan favorite, and Tennis Ball is a vote magnet, but the last contestant safe is Tennis Ball. Rocky is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, episode 14. Half loaf is better than none. Spongy still rejoins the game. Let's give everyone their bonus points. Teardrop clears 4 hurdles while Needle clears 5.
Spongy, Pen, Leafy, and Fiery are up for elimination.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
The first contestant safe is Leafy, and so is Fiery. So now it's down to Spongy and Pen. Both are not as liked as Fiery and Leafy, but Spongy just rejoined, so Pen is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, episode 15. Ramen Taco. Needle and Teardrop choose a taco contest. Even though Rocky's not here, Butter decides to add up the points. Needle probably wouldn't know how to do a taco very well, so she gets 4 likes. Fiery and Blocky are already guaranteed to be in the danger zone. Either Teardrop or Leafy would join them. To guarantee her safety in the game, Teardrop needs at least 5 likes. And she nails it right on the dot.
Leafy, Fiery, and Blocky are up for elimination.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
The first contestant safe is Fiery, so now it's down to Leafy and Blocky. The last contestant safe is Leafy. Blocky doesn't stand a chance against 2 fan favorites. Battle for Dream Island, episode 16. Bowling, now with explosions. Needle and Teardrop would both bowl down 5 pins. We all know what Leafy and Pencil would do. I don't know why, but Teardrop scores 81 instead of 80. NeverButter also accidentally gives Spongy 5 extra points, but lets it slide. Needle removes 50 points from Pencil. Ice Cube and Bubble are close to Needle in terms of score, so she removes 30 points for them each. Then she uses the remaining 40 points on Spongy. Teardrop removes 50 points from the Alliance. Fire removes 50 points from Teardrop and 30 from Ice Cube since they're both opposites. Needle is too far ahead of everyone else, so Fire removes 100 points from her. Tennis Ball is now first in the lead, so Fire removes 40 points from him. Finally, Fire removes 40 points from Leafy and Pencil for lowering his score. Fire wins immediately.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
The first contestant safe is Bubble, so she gets 125 points. Leafy is the next one safe, and so is Ice Cube, then Teardrop, then Needle, and finally Tennis Ball. So now it's down to Spongy and Pencil. Spongy is hated despite being a rejoiner, and Pencil is a vote magnet. This will be a very close vote, but the last contestant safe is Pencil. Spongy is eliminated again. Battle for Dream Island, episode 17. The reveal. Leafy teams up with Teardrop, leaving Ice Cube to go with Needle.
Leafy, Teardrop, and Tennis Ball are up for elimination.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
It is up to the other contestants to decide who should stay or be eliminated. Needle is friends with Leafy and Teardrop, so she votes Tennis Ball. With Teardrop in the game, Leafy doesn't need to start a friendship with Bubble, so she votes her. And the rest of the alliance follow suit, meaning Leafy is eliminated. Battle for Dream Island, episode 18. Reveal Novum. David still joins the game.
Welcome to the competition, David. Your score is 0.
Whoa, the scoreboard looks different.
Yeah, we had to downgrade it due to budget cuts. As a result, it can only hold 2-digit numbers.
Teardrop loses at the quarterfinals, while Needle and Tennis Ball lose at the semifinals.
Needle, David, and Ice Cube are in the danger zone.
And therefore now go, we shall see its stake.
The first contestant safe is Ice Cube, so now it's down to Needle and David. The last contestant safe is Needle. And just like that, David's A-beat is voided. Battle for Dream Island, episode 19. Precision.
Every point you currently have is traded for one teddy bear.
Oh my god, that's so fuzzy.
But reaching the final 7 also means a new stage in the battle. That means no more points.
Bubble finishes, followed by Needle, and the last person to finish is Fiery. Since Bubble finished first, she has to choose a 4th person to also win immunity, and that person is Pencil.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
The first contestant safe is Ice Cube, so now it's down to Teardrop and Tennis Ball. Teardrop is mute, while Tennis Ball is a vote magnet. It is a hot take, but the last contestant safe is Tennis Ball. Teardrop is outshined by Leafy. Battle for Dream Island, episode 20. Gardening Hero. Ice Cube is shattered, Tennis Ball is ejected, Pencil is chopped down by Fiery, Needle is sucked into a vortex, and Fiery is shot down by Bubble. Bubble still wins immunity. Because Bubble survived the longest, she has to choose another person to also win immunity, and that person is Pencil.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
It is up to the eliminated contestants to decide who should stay or who should go. The first contestant safe is Tennis Ball, who is voted by Pen, and the second contestant safe is Needle, who is voted by Spongy and Match. Fiery and Ice Cube are the bottom 2. With a 2-vote margin, the last contestant safe is Ice Cube, who is voted by Woody, Flower, Snowball, Golf Ball, and Pen. Here are all the reasons why Fiery was even voted in the first place. And with that, the season's canon winner is eliminated.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
Rocky, Pen, Match, Flower, and Teardrop make it to the top 5. Teardrop just got eliminated, so she takes 5th place. Flower is not rejoining either, and Rocky takes 3rd place, so now it's down to Pen and Match. Pen is not a cheater, and Match was eliminated very early. Rejoining the game is Match. Match is the final rejoiner in BFDI. Battle for Dream Island, episode 21. The Glistening. Needle wins immunity.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
The first contestant safe is Ice Cube, and so is Bubble, and finally Tennis Ball. So now it's down to Match and Pencil. Match has an outburst after getting replaced with Ice Cube, but Pencil is still a vote magnet. This could be very close, but the last contestant safe is Pencil. And just like that, Match's rejoin is voided. Battle for Dream Island, episode 22. Don't pierce my flesh. Without Spongy or Fiery, the announcer survives. Pencil and Ice Cube will be very close friends. But despite this, Needle wins immunity and has to choose a 2nd person to also win immunity. And that person is Tennis Ball, meaning the entire alliance is up for elimination.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
Surprisingly, the first contestant safe is Pencil, so now it's down to Bubble and Ice Cube. Bubble is a background character, while Ice Cube is not as liked as Pencil. Because of Pencil's friendship, the last contestant safe is Ice Cube. Bubble is faded into obscurity. Battle for Dream Island, episode 23. Hurtful. Because she's the fastest character here, Needle is the final immunity ticket, putting Tennis Ball, Ice Cube, and Pencil up for the final elimination.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
The first contestant safe is Ice Cube, so now it's down to Tennis Ball and Pencil. Both of them are vote magnets. Tennis Ball is a floater, while Pencil was the last one to get a vote. This is a toss-up, but the last contestant safe is Tennis Ball. And just like that, Pencil's time in this show has finally been written off. Battle for Dream Island, episode 24. Insectophobe's Nightmare 2. Let's just skip to the finale. Battle for Dream Island, episode 25. Return of the Hang Glider.
We shall see. The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on To the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by
King and Steak!
Tennis Ball won a contestant vote courtesy of Woody, Golf Ball, Eraser, Rocky, Pan, Blocky, Fiery, and Match. Spongy, Leafy, Bubble, and Pencil will get Ice Cube support. And Needle gets the support of Pin, Flower, Snowball, Coiny, David, and Teardrop. But let's see what the viewers think.
Ice Cube takes third place, so the winner is either Tennis Ball or Needle.
Tennis Ball was lucky to be in the final two, while Needle dominated the game. This will be a very close vote, but the winner of the season is Needle. Needle lets everyone else to jam out except for Flower and Snowball. NeverButter's next what if is, what if Pen didn't cheat in BFDI 15? Part 2, followed by, what if B didn't lose where they did?